Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Boink Studios, and check us out on boinkstudios.com, where you can see all of our projects, past, present, and future. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this is Tom Clark's Main Event. We're back once again here on Facebook Live. Glad you are with us. We're also recording today. The show will post on YouTube and is always available on boinkstudios.com. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. This is episode number 114, and yes, we're moving right along here on Facebook Live. I want to thank everyone for joining us here, of course, and for coming back each and every week. Much thanks to Heidi Ryan and the whole crew at Wrestling Rumors for giving us this platform. We do greatly appreciate it. So episode number 113 was Raw vs. SmackDown and WWE headlines. We talked about how rough Raw has been and how smooth SmackDown has been by comparison. And believe me when I tell you, Raw's not getting much better. Yeah, so take that for what it's worth. I don't know what to say about that. We're kicking off the show today with a couple of different sad bits of news. First bit of sad news that everyone's already touching on today is the death of Larry the Axe Hennig, former AWA World Tag Team Champion. I've had a great tag team along with the legendary Harley Race. Of course, he's the father of Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig and the grandfather of one Curtis Axel. So sympathies, condolences go out to the Hennig family, everyone involved, friends, fans, family, everyone involved. All due respect and much love to them. Hate to see him leave. Also included in that list is the Dynamite Kid, Thomas Billington. Hated to see Dynamite pass away. He's been struggling for a number of years. Retired in 96, I believe, 96, 97. Was never the same. He put much of his physical pain and torment and physical issues he laid directly at the feet of the pro wrestling business. That was his cross to bear. That was his life to live. Who am I to say yes or no to anything that he ever said, where he held that to be responsible or anything else that happened? It's his life, his business. So, again, condolences to the Billington family, to all the friends and family and fans of the Dynamite Kid. Deepest condolences here from the show. So let's go ahead and get started. How's everyone feeling today? That was kind of an odd little transition, wasn't it? I'm sorry. I assure you I'm awake this morning. I've been up since 7 o'clock sharp. I've been writing, been finalizing, editing a couple different pieces, writing a couple more this morning. Currently watching Evolution on my TV because that directly ties into today's main event. So what's up, folks? Craig, what's up, my friend? Welcome back to the show. Nazir, hello. Glad you're here. What's wrong with the feud, Ambrose and Rollins? Well, it's gone to crap, Dante, if I can be honest. Gone to crap. Rollins is sillier, Ambrose is sillier than he's ever been. Lost his edge. We might have talked about that a little bit last week. We're not going to dwell too much on Rollins and Ambrose this week, folks. We might discuss it a tad, but we're not going to dwell on it because I got other things that I want us to get to here. Do I think SmackDown is getting poorer each week? SmackDown's ratings are down, but the ratings are down for both programs right now. Can I be honest with you? I think it has to do with time of the year. I don't know if we've heard it that much so far. Let's face it, man. People are Christmas shopping. And if you think people are back home by 8 o'clock sharp to watch TV, I don't think you're right about that. I think that people are out. They're shopping all evening, all afternoon, all evening, and they're getting dinner late. And that's where people are. That's just me talking. There's other stuff to watch on TV, obviously. Maybe that plays a factor. Maybe it's fatigue. On behalf of pro wrestling fans, maybe people are just getting sick of how bad Monday Night Raw is. Maybe it's all those things combined. That's me talking. So, Let's see. God, here we go with the Dean Ambrose thing. Reggie, have you ever watched the show, my friend? This dude looks like Dean Ambrose, probably his brother. His older, less successful brother. That's me. So, yeah, Tom Ambrose, my friends. Do I think the ratings will get better by the Rumble? Clint, I sure hope so. So, don't have anything on Roman's Hell Sanja, yes? Nothing new to report. I know that he was coming back for, what is it he's coming back for? TV appearance of some nature. He's catching some grief, or WWE's catching grief for it. It's his life. Let him do what he wants, man. The fact that we feel like we have to have input on every single thing these men and women do is crazy to me. Michael's going to wrap this up for us. Dynamite Kid and a British Bulldog are my favorite tag team. Watch them back in the day. Enjoy them. Yeah, for real. British Bulldogs were tough, man. I enjoy the team as well. One of the top tag teams in WWF, and I mean, of course, probably you had to say of all time. Let's go ahead and jump on this, man, because this is a topic that all of you guys are going to love talking about. I promise you, I assure you of it. Hold tight for a sec, okay? Because this time the main event is Becky Lynch's rise as the man in WWE. That's right, folks. The women's revolution has led to this moment. Becky Lynch is the hottest superstar in the industry right now. Not Seth Rollins, not Dean Ambrose, not Brock Lesnar, okay? Becky Lynch is the hottest star in WWE. And Vince McMahon's company, she's it, man. That's huge. Let me do this real quick. Take the female element out of it. Forget the fact that the women's division really didn't exist before the Four Horsewomen, came to being. And listen, you could talk to me all day long about Paige and AJ, and I got love for those girls. I do. You can even throw the Bellas in there if you want to. That's fine. But I'm talking about if, when that match happened, was it 2015, and fans took to Twitter and used the hashtag Give Divas a Chance, it changed everything. It changed the entire landscape for WWE. Here's my question to you. Do you really think that WWE wasn't aware that they had a problem with the women in the ring? Are you kidding me right now? You really believe that Vince McMahon, of all people, is just blind to that? You think that they don't care? Of course they heard it. They've got people that watch social media, for God's sake. They've always got people firmly aware of what everyone's talking about. So don't tell me they didn't know. Of course they knew. The point is, they didn't care to do anything about it. They chose one hashtag on one night to say, well, the fans evidently have a problem with this. We should change it. We've been saying that for 10 years. I've been saying it for 10 years. I've appeared on podcasts as a guest star. I've done podcasts. I've written columns. I've debated people. I've done live shows. I've done everything except send smoke signals to WWE corporate in Stamford, Connecticut, and told them, oh my God, something has to change here. You guys are taking the idea of women's wrestling and you're crapping on it. You're flushing it down the toilet. What is wrong with you people? If any company on the planet should do it right, it's WWE, right? Then all of a sudden, it's one hashtag. You the fans are the ones that made it happen. Shut up. Shut up with that nonsense. We were asking for it for 10 years. Where have you been? Do you see what I'm saying? I think the timing of it with the hashtag and them crediting the fans for whatever, dude. Okay, we were the ones asking for it for years before that hashtag ever happened. Get it straight, all right? But the combination of the four horsewomen being in the right place at the right time and WWE seeing something in all four of them, man, these girls really care about what they're doing and they're, wow, they want to be pro wrestlers. Imagine that. Like, that's never happened before in WWE either. It's getting me hot. Isn't that crazy? Like, that's never happened before either. This thing that WWE does where they suddenly see something for the very first time and go, oh my God, this is amazing. This should be our idea. Let's do this. Shut up. Shut up. We were talking about this during the Attitude Era. Remember when all the women were taking their clothes off on live TV and you're sitting there going, what? Why aren't they wrestling? Why are you don't take your shirt off. Just, oh my God. That was me. I'm sorry. I didn't care for any of that. I just didn't. You know what I'm saying? If you're a grown man, if you're a man over the age of probably 15 now, maybe younger, God knows what you're doing now. What are your kids doing right now, by the way? Go watch them. But, you've seen a woman naked. If not in real life, at least in a picture, and you probably will see one eventually. You've seen the opposite sex naked, so what do I care about that? You see what I'm saying? It just bothers me. It gets under my skin. And, thank God we're in the time we are now where that company, the company's woke. Tom, WWE is woke. Shut up. WWE saw an opportunity, they took advantage of it to get some publicity, and they made the best of it. They're a company that's out to make money. I don't fault them for that. But the fact that they take full credit for that is complete nonsense to me. Rant over, at least for right now. Let's see. It was a perfect storm, Jolie. Thank you very much. I wrote a column today for Wrestling Rumors. The Four Horsewomen are the reason for WWE's highly successful women's division. They are. They're the centerpiece. And here's my proof of that. It wasn't happening with the Bellas. And I loved AJ Lee. It wasn't happening with her either. It wasn't happening with Paige. I'm sorry, it wasn't. It was getting better. Right. But they were still having 30-second matches. It wasn't even happening with Natalya and Beth Phoenix. Not even close. It only happened because, again, the hashtag, the moment of clarity. Oh my God, we have to do something. And then here's these four. One of them happens to be the daughter of Ric Flair. Perfect storm. Jim says Becky Lynch is the character is the sweet spot. I agree with that totally, man. Sorry I didn't get to all your comment there. My apologies. Hello, Linda. Welcome back to the show. So, Becky Lynch is amazing. She's definitely not heel. Oh, not anymore. Not anymore. You're completely right about that. Not anymore. Becky was heel, turned heel. They tried to keep her heel. Fans said nope. WWE said yep. WWE said, and fans said nope. And guess what? She's no longer heel. It's over. She is babyface again. Charlotte turned heel because WWE has no clue what they're doing when booking faces and heels. Can we all agree to that? Yes, we can. Okay. Becky's the man. The fact that she takes the nickname of the man is humorous to me. It's hilarious because it sets so many people off. Okay. Men can do that, but women can't. Come on, shut up. She can do whatever she wants. It's a brilliant bit of booking. Whether it was her idea or theirs, or now it's a combination of the two, who cares? I love it. I'd like to think it's Becky's idea from day one, but who knows? I love the idea of it. I'm totally fine with it. Rhonda's called her out on social media and said that, we haven't come as far as we have as female performers in this business to suddenly be referred to as men. What is wrong with you? I'm paraphrasing, of course, but man, if you want to see something entertaining, watch her and Rhonda go at it on Twitter. It's pretty funny. I enjoy watching it. If you need something to do today, I think she needs wardrobe change, a new personality. Oh yeah. How about a theme song change? How's about that? I'm all for that. I think that maybe the time has come for a new entrance music. So, will Sasha ever be back up on top of the women's division? Never say never, Ron. I think anything's possible. People have been down on her and Bayley, down on her hard, both of them, for a while now. Bayley for obvious reasons, because Bayley is so cookie cutter and generic and white meat babyface, and Sasha because Sasha was here and now she's here. Let me say this: the booking between these two, done by WWE, is through no fault of their own. They're given what to do. They try to make the best of it. I'm sure they have input. WWE is going to, hopefully WWE Creative is trying to play to their strengths as performers. Let's hope so. And trying to do what they know these two women are capable of. But I'm going to tell you right now, when Bayley is pressed, Bayley delivers. I don't care what anyone says about her. And of course, Sasha does too. Sasha's made a career of that on the main roster thus far and in NXT. She delivers, man, for sure. Sasha and Bayley fallen by the Paul, you mean the wayside? They have. But, it's the up and down. It's the ebb and flow. It's just like the men's division. You got a couple, 2 to 3 top stars. Then you got guys that are just below, and then guys are below that, and then guys who are jerking the curtain. It's a tier system, I guess, in some regards. So, yeah, that's happening right now. But that Sasha and Bayley can turn it on just like that anytime they want to, anytime they're asked to. I don't think it's over for either one of them by a long shot. I just don't ever see that happening. Becky, main event of WrestleMania. Craig called it. I predicted probably a year ago, and I'm sure I wasn't the only guy doing it. I predicted that it was going to be Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey, WrestleMania 35 main event. I believed it. I no longer hold to that. I do think it's going to be... All right, put it to you this way. Everyone's now predicting Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, WrestleMania 35. I think it'll be a triple threat, and I think Charlotte Flair will be thrown in. And here's why I say that. Because if not, who's Charlotte going to work at Mania? I think it'll be a triple threat, for sure. And I don't know if it'll be for a title. I would guess so. We'll see how it all plays out. Because if it's for a title, then the question is, are they all three going to be on the same program? Which I believe is a terrible idea. They need to be kept separate. because that means that all three of them are existing, sharing the same environment every week on the same brand. That might be a tough call. Let's see. Bayley and Sasha NXT match was amazing. Hope that side of them comes back. Mark called it for sure. WWE writers are clueless of what they're doing. Chris called that. Let's see. If you want to make it work, you have to work the mic. Okay, 100% right. I had a conversation recently with someone who said that that Bayley's mic work is terrible. It's pretty rough. It can be rough, but you could say the same thing about some men on the men's side. And again, that's why I said at the beginning of the program, take the female element out of this, even though we really can't. Even though we talk about it, we talk about Evolution, the first all-women's pay-per-view. We talk about how far the women come. They've done Hell in a Cell. They've done Royal Rumble, the Elimination Chamber. They're going to do TLC. They've done Money in the Bank ladder match. And it's hard to leave the female aspect out of it, but try to leave it out for just a second and just say, okay, take these women as performers, as pro wrestlers. Stop worrying about the female part of it. Look at them as performers. It's not the easiest thing to do, not because you're sexist, just because it's such a big deal when they accomplish something that only men had done before them. Do you know what I mean? Still think Flair versus Rousey is Mania, Andrew says. Flair attacks Rousey backstage at the Rumble. They'll make it work. They'll make it work. If Becky's not in the main event, I'll put it to you this way. I think she deserves it, Andrew. I think that your idea would work fine, and I don't think anybody lose any sleep over that. But I would hate to think that Becky's doing all this work and getting herself over. Becky got herself over. She did. Did Becky get any more airtime after turning heel? I mean, yeah, they kept airing the attacks and stuff, but Becky got herself over on social media. That's the impact that Twitter can have on a pro wrestling company, really on anybody at this point, anybody's career. She got herself over, as some of the best talents have had to do or do, for lack of a better term. They just do it, right? So Becky's one of them. I like to see that rewarded. Let's see. Problem is, it's only Becky, Asuka, Charlotte, Ronda. That's it. Well, it doesn't have to be. I know it looks like it. So therein lies the problem with the booking. WWE has to square it back up, man. They have to get back on track with the booking in WWE. They have to set the wheels back into motion for these girls. And listen, I say the word girls respectfully. I don't mean anything by that. When I talk about the men, I don't call them the boys. Well, actually, I do. So I guess it's all good, right? But you guys know what I mean, right? But yeah, to your point, they have to get things back on track. But they can. They've got enough talent. They got enough female talent in NXT. They got enough NXT UK. They can definitely get back on track. And there's more coming up through the system. Tessa Blanchard's eventually going to get to WWE. She's got her hands full right now. It's probably not a good move for her. Probably not a smart business move for her. The money would be, obviously. But I think she's fine where she is. Why mess with it? You know what I mean? Her time will come in WWE. I believe that. See, worked better for Becky than it did for Zach. It worked for Zach for a while, Craig, to your point. But yeah, they've done nothing with it since then. Juanito says the women today are putting up good matches, sometimes better than the guys. Yes, but the acting today is sometimes so corny it's hard to watch. Wrestling fans, we know it's entertainment. I get what you're saying. It can be hard to watch. But to your point, no worse than anything the men do. And I love that Becky can stand there and she doesn't have to curse. She can say silly things. She called Charlotte and Asuka dopes in the ring, which I found funny, which sounds like such an outdated term, like a negative term. But the way she said it, you two dopes. I was like, oh my God, that's funny. Like, it's making me laugh right now. It was good. Nice touch. The fact that she can do all of this and not have to, curse or take the low road or work blue or whatever, I love that. I think that she's definitely got it. Yeah, Jim says wash, rinse, and repeat with those four most time without Asuka. Well, yeah, Jim, you're right, but I still think there's plenty of opportunity for WWE to turn it around. I don't want to say turn around. I don't think anything's going necessarily wrong, but you're right. They're stuck on a few right now. But it'll change. It has to change because they'll see the need to, again, the ebb and flow, the up and down of it all. Elevate some girls, bring some girls down, just like you do the men. All right, this might sound odd. They're no better than the men in that regard because once you make the statement, okay, we're doing women's wrestling. Yay. Really? Yes. Are they going to be naked all the time? No, they're really going to wrestle. Wow. Great. Yes. But now that we're going to do this, okay, everything changes because now they are just as open for criticism. They're just as open for assault and attacks from all sides, by you, by me, by writers, me, any one of us, any time that we want. because they're being held to a certain standard. See what I'm saying? It doesn't make it right that you verbally go blah, blah on somebody, whatever. But I'm saying, I think they would much rather be in that position versus what they had before, which was a whole bunch of nothing, man. Whole bunch of nothing. So I'm sure they're fine with that. Absolutely. What about the rumors that the Rock? Well, Naman, what's up, my friend? We can talk about that later if you want. We're trying to focus on the women here, if we will. Whatever you guys got to say about Becky. What are you thinking about Becky right now as the man? How are we feeling about that? That's what the topic is today, primarily. Again, I think she's gotten herself over. I think she's done a tremendous amount of good work for her character, for that company. Her work has gotten her attention in other places. I don't know if I can compare it to the pipe bomb, but I can say that it's crossed over in terms of if you'd never seen pro wrestling, but you saw her cut a promo on YouTube or something, and she's calling herself the man, you're like, that's cool. Who is that? Like, if you'd never seen wrestling. And then even if you saw the letters WWE and didn't like wrestling, you're like, okay, I got to admit, that's pretty tough. She's pretty tough. Who is that? Let me see her. And then you click. That's my belief that she causes that. She brings that out in people who maybe weren't fans to begin with. That's what I think. Andrew says, I don't really care to have Asuka as champ. I think in order to be an effective champ, you need to be good on the mic. But to your point, Andrew, let's don't hold that against her. The good on the mic business that we all talk about, myself included all the time, you can't really hold that against a Japanese talent, man. You shouldn't hold it against her. She's doing the best she can. She's better than she used to be. And let's be honest, if they put a mouthpiece with her, Asuka never would have talked to begin with, right? But I say, let her do her thing. People want Asuka. The night that Ronda decided to put Charlotte in her place for Survivor Series, the crowd wanted Asuka. So I think WWE hears that. I think things will start turning around for her, and they should, to be honest. Yeah, Devontae, yes, thinks you got a lot better on the mic. I agree. Hello, Steve in Scotland, my friend. My apologies for not seeing you. I'm looking two different places, man. Sometimes it's hard to keep up. Rebecca says it seems that NXT UK has got it going the right way, especially in the ring. Some need help with the microphone skills, but it seems better than Raw or SmackDown. Think if they get a strong UK female and put them against Becky, it should make for some interesting TV. Oh, Rebecca, welcome to the show, my friend. Thank you for tuning in, as always. I'll do you one better, Rebecca. How about Becky show up on an episode of NXT? Just show up. Blow the roof off the joint, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Becky's in a position where she can give back and give the rub to other people. Because she spent most of her career, the majority of her career, working to get where she is today. Now that she's there, she can give the rub to others. I like that idea. I think Joshua says, I think Becky loses the strap TLC. Asuka gets weak and Charlotte doesn't look bad. I expect Becky to win Royal Rumble. Interesting. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Let's see. Norman says Vince said to be all in with the women division, nor pay-per-views. Hello, Randall and Gaffney. Tom and Conover, what's up, my friend? So, yeah. Well, the idea that Vince isn't on board, I would argue that point to a certain extent. If you're telling me that he's not all on board, that he's not on, you have to remember something. Vince McMahon is a genius, knows more about the wrestling, has forgotten more about the wrestling business than probably all of us put together will ever know. And a lot of us consider ourselves smart. We're not that smart, not compared to that guy. Having said that, Vince McMahon is a little bit older. I stroke the gray as I say that, yes. He's a little bit older. Don't hold that against him. But a lot of people said he's out of touch. Not just one guy. Whole bunch of guys said he's out of touch. I don't know. Who knows? If you believe anything you read lately, he writes the really crappy Raws you've been watching. So thumbs down to that crap. So, Sandy says, when did your app launch in the App Store? I got to be honest with you. When I first started the show, they had the option to do an app. And like I said yes to everything, but I don't know that that's going to actually happen. That's kind of a really good question, Sandy. Now you've inspired me to go check it out. Mike, delivering pizzas. What's up, bro? Bro. Pepperoni and sausage. Yes, sir. I can't be having it. Your boy's down 40 pounds. Represent. Okay? I'm celebrating. Celebration. I'm like Rick James over here, man. 40 pounds down. And guess what? I'm still trucking, baby. Got a lot more to go, Jack. We're going to get there. Trust me. Yeah. So, Mike, be careful, man. Be careful out there delivering pizzas. Everyone give Mike your order. Yeah, Liam says outdated. I'm guessing Vince, maybe? Yeah. Andrew says Hawaiian. Andrew, got news for you, my friend. He who putteth pineapple on thine pizza goeth to hell. It's in the Bible. Look it up. It's in your Bible. You ever hear people say that? That's in your Bible. Look it up. Because that's the tone of voice you use when you say those words. I'm kidding, Andrew. But yeah, pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. Fight me. I don't care. It's terrible. It's god awful. It's fruit. Fruit goes in a fruit salad, not on a pizza. I'm sorry. I'm sticking to my guns on this. Philip says, I think Asuka gets title and Becky gets Rumble, and Becky, Asuka, and Rousey for title at Mania. God, well, you couldn't say that any better right there. You know what? That makes total sense. While Becky is consumed with destroying Charlotte, who she's already beaten, Asuka slides in the back door, 1, 2, 3, pin, new champ. Becky and Charlotte left in the ring going, what the frick just happened? Philip, you win the no prize this week, my friend. Watch your mail, sir. It's on the way. Okay? Keep your eyes open. Let's see. What else we got going on? Kevin, again with the Dean Ambrose stuff. It's funny. So, pineapple on pizza is bad as raw. I don't know. I don't know if anything's that bad, Clint. I don't know if anything's that bad. It's close. It's really close, to be honest with you. I'm all for it. I love Becky in the position she's in right now. It's a great position for her. I love it. She's feeling it. I'm feeling it. She's absolutely killing it. She deserves it. She works hard. I can't say she works harder than everyone else, but man, is she a hard worker. I will never forget her appearance on the Stone Cold podcast. And this has been a while back. You have to go look it up, man. And Austin asked her the question, how long do you plan on going? And she said, till the wheels fall off. I'll never forget that. That told me in one sentence all I needed to know about Becky Lynch. She doesn't care about the fame. She doesn't care about centerfolds. She doesn't care about photo shoots. Becky Lynch wants to be the man. She wanted it to be the man then. She's the man now. You see? I'm all for it. Who's hotter in WWE right now? Nobody. Let's see. So, Clint says, should Becky do an open challenge to any woman on Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT, NXT UK? Wow. Clint thinking outside of the box. I'm open to that. Yeah, I'm open to that. You see Becky backstage telling Shane, hey, you want to spice things up? Let me do an open challenge tonight. You go along with it. Whoever wants to come out, let them come out. See? I love that idea. Great idea, man. Let's see. Joe Lee, thanks for hanging out. Come back next week. Becky's a workout freak. Boy, you said a mouthful there, Philip. No doubt about it. Looks great. Good worker. Scrappy. If you had to take a word and describe someone in WWE, it would have to be scrappy when describing Becky Lynch, 100%. And you know what's funny? I'm watching the women's battle royal on Evolution right now, and I'm watching all these former divas, not women wrestlers, divas, come out to the ring. And I just am reminded of how far this division has come because it's night and day. It's night and day. No disrespect. It's just night and day. A lot of that is because of the company. Most of it's because of the fans. 95% of it, I would say, is because of the fans. But there again, as I ranted earlier in the program, man, we had been begging for it for years, and it took that long. So what else we got going on? Becky versus Charlotte versus Ronda versus Asuka will be a great WrestleMania match. Becky versus Charlotte. A 4-way. Or you could, wow. Ooh. Asuka versus Rousey. You know what's great about that is that you can take that all different kinds of places, man. Just because Becky's in the position she's in today doesn't mean she'll be in it tomorrow. And even if she's not, doesn't mean it's going to kill her. That's the key. And when it comes to pro wrestlers, man, the question is always, what's next? What am I doing next? Okay? And that's the question. Not necessarily what she's doing today, but what is she going to do next? What's the next plan? And hopefully to God, WWE has a plan. Let's see. Keith says they're all divas. I disagree, Keith. Respectfully disagree. Not today. And divas got a negative connotation around it, and I'm sorry, but it should. And trust me, again, I was there watching all the stuff before they ever started calling them divas. It's got a negative connotation. It deserves it. So, Chris Jordan says, I love when Becky took a shot at Brock in her promo. Yeah. Brock's easy to take shots at because Brock ain't around. Right, Chris? But, when Brock comes back around, holy cow, run, head for the hills. But no, yeah, I'm with you. Becky can say anything right now, man. She's got carte blanche, I think, to say anything she wants. When you're that high up and you're that popular and you got that much light on you, you can pretty much say or do anything you want to a certain extent without fear of being reprimanded or fear of being destroyed by the company. That's my opinion. I could be wrong about that, but I think I don't want to say she's protected, but I think that she's got so much spotlight on her at this point that honestly, they, like I said before, that she could say or do just about anything and it would be okay. That's my belief. Let's see, Becky Lynch, the next Paul Heyman man. The idea of Heyman with other people may be better than Heyman actually being with other people. I don't think Becky needs help on the mic. Of course, Punk didn't either, and he had Heyman with him. We've talked about this before with putting Heyman with anybody at this point, right? Yeah, wow. I'm just sitting here thinking who you would put Heyman with. Asuka would probably make more sense. Don't you think? Paul Heyman with Asuka? I'd buy that for $1. I'd love to see that, actually. Russell says Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax at WrestleMania. Becky gets her revenge on Nia for punching her. They'd have to build it up, and it would have to be pretty fearsome. Nia Jax should thank her lucky stars that she actually turned around and belted Becky as hard as she did, because it gave her a new lease on life. No disrespect, I'm not the biggest Nia Jax fan you will ever find. I'm not going to call her careless. I just think there's been one too many instances of Nia Jax having an incident in the ring. And I think that all of this turned out for the good for her. Could have backfired, but I think it turned out fine for her. And like I said, it put a spotlight on her, put her back on the map in a big bad way. And that's just how it goes. So again, she should thank her lucky stars that it did exactly that for her in her career, to be honest with you. So, Tanisha, what's up? Welcome back to the show. Sasha and Bayley could use Heyman. Interesting, Paul. I'm not against that. Oh man, oh my God, give Heyman an all-female stable. Okay, I suddenly love that. Oh my God, they're all wearing the black shirt with the white words. I'm a Paul Heyman girl. Oh my God, we're gonna book this stuff better than they book it. Remember a couple, 2-3 episodes ago when I suggested AJ Styles defending the championship against Finn Balor at WrestleMania 35? The two former leaders of Bullet Club going head to head. You got all that history and reference, and Finn takes the title from AJ, and then all of a sudden AJ lost the belt to Daniel because WWE didn't listen to me. You know what's funny? They never call me and ask me what I think. I mean, they could. They don't. Isn't that stupid? But no, I love that idea. The MMA horsewomen. MMA horsewomen. Jim brings up an interesting point. Marina Shafir, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, and Jessamine Duke. The 4-on-4, is it ever going to happen? People predicted that thing for Evolution. Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke hadn't even debuted yet at that point. We're going to see it at Evolution. I'm like, no, we're not. You got to be kidding me. It's too early for that. I think it'll happen in all good time. If it's meant to happen, it'll happen. I don't think they should rush anything like that. That's me talking. Let's see. Rebecca says, what if Bliss gets cleared to wrestle TLC and adds herself to the match and wins the belt? I hope it does not happen, but I can see it happening with these riders. Wow, Rebecca brings up a great point. How everything's going okay, and you're like, yeah. And then WWE does something, and you're like, no. Yeah. Interesting. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I'm not going to tell you you're right either. But yeah, I'm going to tell you I can definitely see that. Unfortunately, I can imagine that because that's that company for sure. Let's see. MMA horsewomen with Paul. Yeah, because Paul's got the crossover thing with MMA. Makes sense. Just imagine the four of them stomping down Charlotte or Becky in the ring, and then Brock and Paul standing back, and Brock with that big goofy smile on his face going, yeah, kill her. That would kind of be cool. I'm not hating that. Let's see. Queen of the Ring thoughts. Prize should be number one contender, not stupid tiara or trophy. Oh my God, Paul is a candidate for the second no prize of the program. First ever on Tom Clark's main event. 2 no prizes, Paul. Queen of the ring, shut up. I love it. Becky wins and says, screw that. I'm the king of the ring, Jack. The king. Hear that? Oh my God. Make that happen like today. That's awesome. Yeah, the tiara. Leave it to WWE. Here's a tiara and a wand and a cape and some flowers. Every time the women win something, they want to give them flowers. You won the tournament, here's some flowers. Try doing that to a dude. And the guy's like, thank you, give me flowers for, man. I just whipped someone's hind end and I just got myself killed in here for this. Yeah. So I'm with you. Let's don't go cheeseball with it for sure. I don't want to see that either. Let's see. Liam just said, spoiler, Briscoes to WWE. I hope you're right. I wanted the Briscoe. Why are we getting off on the Briscoes? Jeez. I love Jay and Mark. I loved them forever. I wanted to see them back in WWE years and years and years ago. I think they should end their career in a big bad way, and they should get at least one run in WWE. I don't know if any of this is true in terms of what you just said. If the rumor just broke, it just broke because I haven't seen anything all morning. Okay, so what else we got? Heyman with Ronda, Naman says. Yeah, I think we've discussed that before. I think it could work. Ronda's not exactly the best in the mic either. Oh, she fumbles her words sometimes, to be honest with you, and it's a bit uncomfortable. Again, is she better than she was? Yeah, I think so, but yeah, she's got a little that all shucks paw kind of thing happening like Brock has. Brock still has it. I don't care what anyone says about, well, Tom, Brock's been there for a long time. Shut up. He still sounds like Opie Taylor. I'm sorry. It's just how I feel. So, TR presented by King Booker. That's great. Becky versus the new Daniel Bryan for the WWE title. That's funny. Yeah, so talking about Becky, I love it. I'm getting ready to watch this big, massive, 4-person suplex in the Women's Battle Royal. And over. Everyone jump. Yeah, it's good stuff. So yeah, man, you got to be happy. If you're a fan of women's wrestling, you got to be happy with WWE right now. As we said before, it's not perfect. It probably will never be perfect, but neither is the men's division, right? It's going to have its ups and downs. It's going to have its flaws and whatnot, but I got to be happy with where things are right now. As Carmella has a dance off, what do they call it? A dance break in the ring. And she starts dancing, and I missed R-Truth in this segment. I wish he'd been there. That'd have been great. No, there he is in the crowd. I forgot. People going crazy. So funny. It's good stuff, man. I'm sorry. It's entertaining. Women's tag team belts. Liam, just mention it. Thank you, my friend. Okay. So here we go. Everybody, every one of you people, from the day we started the show live on the Facebook, all said the same freaking thing to me as your host from day freaking one. Tom, what about women's tag team titles in WWE? One person said it. Guess what happened? Every single day from that point on, I've been tweeted, I've been emailed, I've been messaged, and it's fine. And all you guys have been talking about it all the time on the show. You're finally getting your wish. They mention the belts on the air. You have to be jacked to the moon about this. You got to be pumped up, right? You have to be. I put a poll up on Wrestling Rumors Facebook page, and I said, and like I checked this morning, it was like 65-35 over yay over nay. So it's time. Do it. Just do it. You could talk to me about, Tom, it's too much. It's overexposure. Dude, please. There was no exposure. Well, there was. It was all wrong, okay? Hey, just go take your shirt off. That's what kind of exposure? I don't want that. Come on, shut up. All right? So, no. In my opinion, go. Just go, man. Just go. Just do it. Just go. That's it. Make this happen. Just make it all happen. Give them every match. I'm sorry. It's working. It's working. Yeah, I'm sorry. It is. Becky Lynch, hottest thing in that company right now. Prove me wrong. You can't. Shut up. It's the truth. Make this thing, just keep rolling. When it works, roll. Just go. If it works, do it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Tag team belts. Women's 6-man belts. Make that happen too. I don't care. I'm here to tell you, do it all. I don't even care. For real. I love this stuff. Maybe that's short-sighted. Maybe overexposure is a terrible thing for the women of WWE. I don't want any of this to backfire. Don't misunderstand me. But yeah, dude, I want as much as I can get right now, to be honest with you. Are you kidding me? Someone whose name I can't pronounce, all due respect, says, I don't think you have any clue about WWE. Well, listen, thanks for playing. That was fun. We have a hater, folks. We have a critic. Imagine that. Well, let me tell you something, pal. Everyone's got an opinion. You're entitled to yours. If you want to think that, you go right ahead. Perfectly fine with me. You're not going to ruin my day. I got snow on the way, so I'm psyched about getting stuck in it and potentially getting killed. I'm kidding. Won't you feel bad if that happens now? Be honest. Let's see. Classic WWE creative move. The women tag team belts immediately put on Iconics. Oh, God, you're right. Yep. You're right. Danny says the men should have trios titles. Calling it the trios titles. That's funny. I like that because of Lucha, right? Lucha Underground. Yeah, you know. Shannon, welcome back to the show. Mid card for the title for the women. I think it gives an interesting point. Lee, what's up? Welcome back to the show. Thanks, my friend. Craig, thanks, bro. So Shannon suggests mid card title. Well, therein lies the issue. When you have a top heavy roster and there's only one title that they're all going for, that's fine to a certain point, and then suddenly it becomes, man, no one's competing for the title because we can't do that. Logistically, it's impossible, right? And if you did do it, it would water down the title to the point where it didn't mean anything anymore, right? So a mid-card title would be an interesting deal. I don't know what you would call it. Would you go the route of the first Women's Intercontinental Championship? I don't know. I don't know if you'd do that or not. Would you just call it something else and let it have its own identity, perhaps? Maybe that's the way to go. Let's see. Should SmackDown become a 3-hour show? Steven, if the money's right and the opportunity's there and it benefits WWE as a company and benefits the performers, I say absolutely. And I don't care what anyone says. I don't care. You could talk to me about, listen, Tom, Raw's too long. It's just too long. WWE's making a ton of money off that third hour. If they were losing money, they wouldn't do a third hour. Okay? If they were breaking even, they probably wouldn't be doing a third hour either. They're only going to do something if they're making money at it. And, the company needs to make money. Now, the money needs to be made by the performers. Let's be clear about that. Performers need to get their share and then some. They're the ones in the ring doing the work, right? But at the same time, yeah, if it's more money involved, I say sure. Again, I tell you, man, I'm a hound for this stuff. I want as much wrestling on my TV, on my iPad, on my laptop, on my phone, on every TV in the house, as much as I can get all the time. That's me. I want to see as much as I possibly can. That's me. Other people might have different opinion on that. Hello in Iowa. Let's see. Cruiserweights, more of SmackDown went to 3 hours. Well, that's interesting. But the Cruiserweights got their own show. If they wanted to do that, then maybe there shouldn't be 205 Live. My humble opinion. Let's see. Would be surprised if Fox makes that happen in 2019 for SmackDown. Yeah, true. They want Ronda. SmackDown wants Ronda. We talked about that last week. They want Daniel Cormier on commentary, and he's supposed to do a tryout soon. Was the latest that I heard for commentary. We'll see how that plays out. So, but yeah, they want Ronda because they're smart, because they want crossover stars to be on the program. Makes sense. I hate there's no run over time anymore. Such an undervalued effect I instantly miss. Paul, to your point, Paul just made a good point. USA Network has said enough's enough, I think, and they've cut it back to a hard 3 hours, right? But if you go see it live, I'm sure that the dark stuff after the show is still continuing. You're probably still not getting out of there till 11:30, I would say. That's my guess, anyway. We need a TV channel with all wrestling on it from all brands. Betty, hello. How are you? You've almost got that with WWE Network. I mean, besides today's modern companies, you got all the old companies on WWE. I don't think you'll ever see that. The best you're going to find is YouTube, to be honest with you, because so much money would have to change hands, and so many deals and contracts and personalities and likenesses, and use this and use that, and can't use this, can't use that, can't show this, can't show that. There has to be a lot of cooperation, or one guy would have to own it all, and I don't ever want to see that happen again. I just don't. I love where the business is at right now. Could it be better? Sure. Could it be a lot worse? It has been, and it sucked. So yeah, I'm all for it. Clint says, so if Ronda goes to SmackDown Live, who stays on SmackDown Live? Charlotte, Becky, or do they go to Raw? Nah, man. SmackDown would have to get somebody. Raw would have to get somebody for sure. They'd have to do, I don't know if you call it an even swap, but they'd have to do some swaps where it would make sense for sure. Let's see. If Raw was better, then yes, you could miss the run over. But lately, Raw can't get over with soon enough. Jim says, turn this crap off. I can't take it anymore. You're 100% right, Jim. It's a mess. It's a train wreck over there. It's sad. It's hard to watch. I'm not going to lie. So, we've talked quite a bit about the women. We've almost gone an hour here. Isn't that something? Man, when we get started, man, we just go, 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 right? I love that. It's good stuff. I run my mouth. You guys run your mouths. We talk about stuff. I watched Zelina Vega in the ring celebrating a match she never won. Because Nia Jax, pretty much ate her. Nia, smash! It's funny. That's not a fat joke. Shut up. Don't even want to tell me that crap. Again, losing weight here. Don't look at me, all right? But yeah, she's a beast, man. She's a beast. They mishandled her from day one. They did. The minute that you saw her on a runway modeling plus-size clothing for women with a whole bunch of makeup on was the minute they ruined Nia Jax. My opinion. Crying on TV. She crying on TV. Enough's enough of that crap. I'm done. I'm out. I'm tapping on that girl. I'm sorry. All due respect, and I hope that she's successful. I hope they all are. But at the same time, they ruined the character for me. That's just me talking. See, two best things going right now, Becky and Bryan, is the eco heel. Wow, I like that, the eco heel. You're killing the planet. You don't even care. I'll make you care. It's funny. So, we talked about the women quite a bit here. We can go ahead and wrap this thing up. Next 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is. Let's open forum. Sound good? And it can still be about the women if you want it to, if I get my words out here. How are we feeling about, Larry. What's up, Larry? Would SmackDown swap Ronda for Becky? Interesting. So, and there are two ships passing the night. Right? They're on their way back and forth to each locker room. Wouldn't that be interesting? To pass each other. That'd be kind of cool little spot. Rebecca says, what do you think of the mixed match challenges? Can I be honest with you? I've not kept up with them this year. I know I suck. I got a lot to watch, man. It's just hard to catch it. I did watch it last year. I just have not watched it this year. Not enough, anyway, to know what's really going on right now. I'm sure it's entertaining. They can cut loose and have a little bit more fun than they usually do on the main roster programs, right? On the main brands. Sandy says, Alamos needs to be pushed. He is gold. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way too. Jen says, Daniel Bryan, he'll move good for the company. Yeah, so far it's playing out okay. We'll see how it happens in the long run. Stephen Hall says, Undertaker potentially retiring for good at WrestleMania. Thoughts? Yes, sir. Taker, please, my friend. You have entertained us for years. We appreciate your work. You are one of a kind. You will never be replaced. Having said that, it is time to retire. It's time to hang up the boots and the duster and the hat for the last time. My opinion. You can always bring him back as an attraction just for a random choke slam here and there. You can always bring him back for a random promo or in a special event or whatever. But I believe it's time. All due respect. Not my decision. It's Taker's decision. And I say nothing out of disrespect to the man or his accomplishments at all. But in my humble opinion, I think the time has come and gone. That's me talking. Clint says, here's a wrestling question. How great would Raw be if the Attitude Era creative team was in control of the PG era? For the Rumble, who's winning the Rumble for both men and women? Any debuts and returns? Do we see an NXT Rumble? I love an NXT Rumble. I love the idea of it. Who wins the Rumbles? I don't know. Haven't fought that far ahead, if I'm being honest with you. No, I don't want the Attitude Era people running Raw today, because if Vince Russo were running it, it'd be a train wreck. I'm sorry. I know Raw's hard to watch, but now throw in the women taking their shirts off all the time and foul language and potty humor and all this other nonsense that he's responsible for because Vince Russo thinks it has to be shock TV. His time came and went. It's over for him. He's blackballed himself at this point. The way he runs his mouth, the way he talks about things. Bro, stop. Right? Come on. I get what you're saying, that you want to see a spark. He's the wrong kind of spark. Him and Ferrara, stay away. They don't need that. Adolescent toilet humor. That's what it is, to be honest. Where does Lars Sullivan go, Raw or SmackDown? I say SmackDown. If you put him on Raw, the inclination, the temptation to put him against Braun would be there from day one. I think that's a match you need to stay away from for a while. They can cross paths, but I think it's way too soon. Remember when Braun got there and everyone started talking about, hey, Braun should face the Undertaker because he's big. Braun's so big, and he should face the Undertaker because he's big. What did we all say? Oh my God, it's too early for that. A year later, it wasn't too early for that. In 12 months, Braun came a heck of a long way, right? And you're like, I can see that now. Give Lars time. He can get there. If he's as talented as a lot of people think he is, then he'll get there. Be patient, right? Let's see. Who do you think will make a surprise return to the 2019 Royal Rumble? Maybe not return, but how about appearance for the first time? An indie star, perhaps? Vince Russo in the PG era. Think about Bad Monday. Yeah. Think about how bad Monday Nitro was 99-2000. Jim just preached a sermon, my friend. Russo's now a born-again Christian. What a mess. Okay, Paul, so I'm not questioning the guy's faith. He says he is. I have to take him at his word. He's never offended me personally. Some of the crap he wrote for Raw did, and especially for Nitro. But he's done nothing to me, so I'm not going to question the guy's faith. Maybe he's full of crap, maybe he's not. I don't know. I'm just saying that as a pro wrestling writer, leaves a lot to be desired, and I have no desire to see him back on WWE programming ever again. That's me. Let's see. Christian for Hall of Fame 2019. Danny, I second that emotion. Doesn't matter how talented stars are, it comes down to writers. It does matter. I disagree with you, my friend. It does matter. If they're not talented, they get nothing, or they shouldn't get anything. It does matter if they're talented or not. However, I see your point. If the writers don't want to write for you, or if they have a grudge, or if Vince tells them yes or no, that affects everything. I see that as well, and I get that totally. More managers. Sal, been saying that for years. I was a manager in the pro wrestling business myself, and I loved it. I did other things too, but I loved that gig more than anything else in the world. So yeah, I'd love to see it happen. WWE should bring back a classic feud like John versus Randy for at least one pay-per-view. Does anyone agree with Naman? Because I know the last time these two guys had a feud, I was one of the dudes saying, I think this is over. I don't think I want to see this anymore. Can we stop? Fans didn't like it, didn't care, shouldn't care. It was overdone way too much for the last time ever. That company said that before, right? So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. It's an interesting take though. What does Rhino do now? I'm not sure what the move is for Rhino. Supposedly Rhino's going backstage, may even be heading down to NXT as a trainer. Is what it's what the buzz is right now. That's what people are saying. We'll see. Bring back Emma. Emma is Tasha. Tennille Dashwood. Where did Tasha come from? Weird. Tennille Dashwood. She. Yeah, I wasn't crazy about the Emma character at all. I think she's doing fine in Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? They could bring her back at some point. Probably will. Do I think Batista will face Triple H at WrestleMania? Triple H has the torn pec. It depends on how quick he can get back on his feet. And honestly, if he can, yeah, I believe it'll happen for sure. Let's see. Believe the old school rumor that Vince sent Russo down to destroy WCW double agent. No chance, Paul. I don't believe that at all. Slater's referee. That looks like where it's going, man. I don't know how much of that's a shoot and how much of it's a work at this point. Let's be honest. What else are they going to do with Heath? They had a chance to do all kinds of stuff with him as a singles wrestler, as a tag team wrestler, all the above. They did for like that long. But, you know, he's got to earn a living. He's got kids, right? So, Miz be WWE champion 2019. Shannon, they don't know what they want to do with Miz at this point. He's getting a face pop. Let him talk like a baby face. No, let's just make him heel again. Snorer, right? I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. I think he was on the verge of being a huge babyface, and they kind of ruined it. I don't know that they have faith in him to get over his babyface. I don't know if he has faith in himself. I think he's very comfortable being a heel. I think he's very comfortable leaving people guessing. Champion in 2019? Sure. Why not? He's earned it. He's climbed his way back up. Why not? Mish win Money in the Bank. I'll buy that. Why move back with old talent? The new talent should be the focus. Sal, I have to agree with you. Best in the world tag team, Shane McMahon and Miz. Yeah, for sure. Paul, he does have kids. Yeah. I got a kid. I'm going to have a t-shirt. It's going to be called, I Got Kid. I Got a Kid. It's funny. Okay. We've been going about an hour here now today, folks. Just about. And this is fun, man. I'm hot. It's very hot up here. I turned the heat up. As I said at the beginning of the program, I cranked the heat up. And I think I said it before we went on the air, I believe. Whatever it was. It's cold here in this town, in this state today. Going to get colder, and your boys got to stay warm. So let's wrap this up. Ray says, when will Finn get a push? Well, we talked about how cold it is when hell freezes over, my friend. Ray, I don't know. I hope not. I hope it's coming soon. He deserves it. He's earned it. Brandon says, I'm tired of seeing Shane McMahon put himself in everything. Why wasn't Randy Orton in Survivor Series? Great question, Brandon. Trying to keep the feud fresh at the time with Randy and Jeff, maybe? Maybe? That's my guess. I guess. Right? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that he's putting it. Clint, thank you for hanging out, my friend. See you next time. Christopher says, quit losing weight. I can't. I got to drop like 40 more pounds. I've lost 40. The goal is 40 more. 40 more. This many. 40 pounds more, man. That's my goal. I started this thing in August. It's December. So I figure maybe by March or April, I'll have dropped another 40. That's the goal. I don't know if I get down that far. I'd settle for 20. I'll settle for 20 more. Let's put it that way. Sandy, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Sal says, who remembers Pampiro Firpo? Was it Pampiro the one that, who was it emulated him? Was it Savage? Right? Have I got my people right? I think. Oh, Christopher says he lost 125 pounds. Kudos to you. Congratulations. All right. I think we're going to take this home. Listen, I got to thank everybody for hanging out again. Again, if you're on the East Coast this weekend, be safe, be careful. I plan on doing just that. Everybody out there, have a great weekend. I appreciate everyone hanging out with me today. It always means a lot. We'll be back again next Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live, right here on Facebook, Wrestling Rumors. If we're not friends, please send me a message on Wrestling Rumors Instant Messenger and say, hey, Tom, what's up? I will send you a friend request. Sound good? Thanks again for everybody hanging out. Remember, if you want to see any of my stuff, listen to the shows, watch the shows, read any of my latest columns, please do so. BoinkStudios.com. I'm currently on Wrestling Rumors, of course, ProWrestling.com, the Sports Daily, the floor seat of the Sports Daily, and the Chairshot.com. I'm on there all the time, 8 days a week. So come check out my stuff, man. Send me a friend request. Follow me on Twitter at Tom Clark Writes, WRITES, Tom Clark Writes. That's all I got for you, man. Thanks for hanging out again. Next week, guess what's happening next week? Do you know? Do you know? You know. It's TLC. Next week is TLC, the full preview of the program as well as NXT and everything that goes along with it. I'm looking forward to it. Anything that we're going to talk about next week for TLC weekend is going to happen next week. We'll cover the NXT stuff that happens. We don't usually cover the NXT stuff that happens because we just don't get around to it. We'll try to cover this coming Wednesday's event next week on Friday. Remind me and we'll talk about it. Sound good? Sound great. Thanks again for hanging out. Shannon, thank you. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Remember, if we're not friends, send me a message in Wrestling Rumors Instant Messenger. I will send you a friend request, okay? I appreciate it. And we will see you guys next time on Tom Clark's Main Event.